Hey, this is TJ with PianoClubHouse. Going to show you I Want to Praise You by James Fortune. It's in the key of C major. Of course, C major does not have any sharps or flats. Okay. I'm going to show you the entire song, including the introduction, the vamp, the chorus and everything, but I'm actually going to work backwards. I'll show you the introduction last. It's a few chords, real easy to do, but I want to do them last. I want to get right to the meat of the song, just to kind of get you, just so we can get right to the teaching. As I said, it's in the key of C. We're going to start with the left hand. I'm going to start you real basic first, and then I'll build upon that as the video progresses. Okay, let me play through the chorus line one time. I want to praise you. Okay. I want to praise you. I want to worship you. I want to lift your name on high. I breathe the song I sing. I want to lift your name on high. Okay, left hand. I start with the left hand. Left hand is going to be hitting just 5 notes. C, then B, then to D, and walk up the scale, E and F. That's the whole pattern. And you kind of hit that G right before you start over again, kind of as a quick passing note. And B, then D, walk up the scale, and just flip that G to start it over again. One more time, B, D, E, F. Okay, now let's add to that. Of course, you can always just play that with your left hand, that's fine. If you want to make it a little bit more richer and a more fuller sound, we're going to add the 5th note. Along with this primary bass note, we're going to add the 5th to it. The 5th note from C is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to play C and G. Instead of playing just this C for the first note, we're going to play C and G. Next, when the left hand goes to B, leave this G here. Okay? So the first one is C and G. The second note, leave this G and just bring this C down to B. And then next, when the left hand goes to D, now we're going to be playing just straight 5ths again. D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A 5th up from D is A. D and A together. And then when the left hand is going to, when the bass note is going to move up the scale 2 notes, your 5th moves up 2 notes as well. They're moving in parallel motion, which means although they're not the same note, they're on 2 different notes, a 5th apart, but they're moving in the same direction, the same number of keys, same number of notes. So they're moving parallel with each other. So once we get to this D, everything's moving up a 5th, so you can just move everything over 1 white key. We're at the E now. We got to go 1 more to F, and your 5th is moving up the exact same intervals as well. And then when you hit this passing note, just hit the G by itself, or back at the beginning. Okay, let's try that pattern with the 5ths. B, leave that G. Now D and A. Then move everything up. Sounds a little bit weird by itself, but once we add the right hand, it'll sound awesome. Okay? First one, second one. Okay? Again, adding that 5th is completely optional. You'll get comfortable with it the more you practice it. If you can't do it right now, doing just the bass note sounds perfectly fine with the chords I'm going to give you. Okay, let's throw in the right hand. When we're on the C, right hand, your first chord is going to be just a C major chord, C, E, G. That's your C major triad, and we're going to add the second. I like to add the second notes to my one chords. It kind of helps them add a little bit more color and fills in the chord a little bit. So this is going to be your first chord. I'll just play the bass note. I won't play the fifths, so you can concentrate on the right hand for now. This is the first chord. I want to praise you. This is over the C. When the left hand goes to B, all we're going to do on the right hand is drop this C down to B, and then lift this E. So now we're on B, D, and G. This is an inverted G major chord. Okay. The next chord note for the left hand, if you remember, we're going to D. Right hand is going to an F major chord. You were right here. Now we're just going to move the thumb up to C and then go to F and A. Left hand's on D, right hand's on C, F, A. And another thing, whenever I'm playing this 4 chord, I would like to add this third. So I'm ended up playing C, E, F, and A. Okay, that's over D. Next, when we go to E, I'm gonna play this 2-5-1 chord. That's D, G, and stretch up here and hit this C at the top. This is all over E. Now, here's another little advanced tip. If you can, with your thumb, instead of playing this D, try to hit both this D and this E at the same time with your thumb. So you're hitting 4 keys with 3 fingers.